We are live. We are live. Just putting the link up on my Instagram, guys. Per usual, I need more than 30 seconds to do it. A little this, to that. Adding a nice little thumbnail. And, oh, my apologies, cancel. So we're going to let a few people trickle in here. Yeah, I said I was coming on at 5. I'm 10 minutes late. Oops. And yeah. So just gonna let a few people trickle in. Want some of my peeps from Instagram. And yeah, so share results. Let me put the link. We're gonna get started. All right. I don't know if it's one of my recurring audience members here right now. Hope it is. But yeah, we're going to get started. I'm going to break down the whole UFC 317 card for the third time on my page. We're going to be talking bets, and we are going to do a long shot. So one of the things I'm going to do once we get a little more of a crowd in here, I am going to have you guys give me a leg, and we're going to create a long shot parlay together. So yeah, it's going to be good. It's going to be fun. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm freaking excited. There we go. There we go. There we go. New thumbnail. All right. So let me post here. Let me put it on the screen. Let's leave a plus 200. Yeah, plus 250 leg in the live chat. All right, and that way, as everybody's coming in, okay, together, leave a 250 leg in the live chat. All right, so I'm gonna leave that up throughout the duration of the video, and as I break down this card, which it's been 3 minutes, so you know it takes us a few. When my Instagram crowd gets in here, I'll get a few more heads. But the whole goal of this video not only is to break down and talk to you guys, but it's actually going to be to create a long shot. That's one of my goals of this video, because I have a long shot in mind. I haven't put it in. You know, I usually do half a unit on a long shot. Usually do 2 long shots, one for the prelim, one for the main card, and sometimes I even do a long shot prop. So I spend about 1.5 units on long shot parlays and nonsense for all of us to enjoy. So the idea would be that we create one together. And again, I'm going to need more of you guys in here if we're going to do it. But slowly but surely, we'll get some people in here. And we'll go from there. If you're popping in here, leave a comment. I want to see who's in here. I know we have some individuals who are coming back. But until then, let me see. A little drama because I just learned how to do that. So yeah, getting people in here, posted on Instagram. We got a couple more heads in here. Welcome, guys. The goal of this video is not only to answer questions, talk about UFC 313, 317, but we're gonna create a long shot together. I want everybody who will be betting, exclusive members, non-exclusive members, just MMA and UFC gamblers, leave a long shot parlay leg, preferably something over 250. And yeah, thinking about throwing money at Jacoby Smith round 1 knockout. Please tell me if I'm delusional. That is not delusional at all. I went on my video yesterday and I basically called that a lock. Obviously, that's a little dangerous. I don't think it's lock. It's a lock, but Jacoby Smith round 1 knockout should happen. And per usual, I just opened up the Hard Rock app because as I go down every single fight, we're going to start talking about what legs make sense. And the legs I start liking, I'm going to let you know we're going to put 3 of them together. That's our long shot parlay, and I hope to create it with you guys in here. So if you're here, please participate because that's the point of this. Why be live if you guys aren't going to be participating? If you can, if not, that's cool too. But if you have a leg you're interested in, please put it in the live comments. That's going to be fun. That's what I want to talk about. So starting off, I got to talk about this. Christopher Uert, Jackson McVey. Guys, this fight's canceled because Christopher Uert came in last second and came in like 40 pounds overweight. And of course, that's an exaggeration, but definitely wasn't ready for this fight, wasn't ready to come in. So this fight is canceled. And I have to tell you, I'm stoked that it's canceled. There is no reason to have this fight starting off our International Fight Week. I'm not saying it would have necessarily been a bad fight, this, that, the other, but I feel like International Fight Week should be like UFC 300. It should be just absolutely stacked. There should be at least 2 belts on the line, and even a casual viewer should know who's on the card. That's what I would hope for in International Fight Week. So the last second pullout from Cedricus Dumas, I think that was enough to call it. Honestly, I hope Dana White could work some Dana White magic, give us 12 fights in this card. I would hate it tomorrow to be an 11-fight card. That would be pretty shitty. But yeah, I'm not bummed about this fight. I don't think anybody should be. And quite frankly, I didn't put any money on this one because it just didn't make sense to. Hey, you're a real degenerate. Like, we got to talk and call 1-800-GAMBLERS if you were going to bet on that fight. Very important. So, first real fight of the night, Janata Denise, guys. This one's gonna be tough because I'm becoming more confident, but I just feel like the line on this fight is getting a little bizarre to me because at the end of the day, yes, Hines has never fought in the UFC. I think he's pretty sloppy, but the guy is undefeated. The guy does move forward. The guy does finish people, and we've seen Janata Denise have problems on his back. So the question is, does Hines get him on the ground? So when that's the only question of this fight, to have Denise sitting at a minus 350 is insane. I believe I saw that line at like minus 220 early in the week, and I thought that was appropriate, but we just blew this line out of the water. So much money pouring in, me included. I never took the money line, but man, I am not a fan of this one. And like I said, I do think Denise takes it. I think it's also around 1 KO, but I think there's a knockout or a finish in this fight. Both of these guys could finish each other, so I'm going to take it that way. Of course, Hines would ground and pound Denise, while Denise would hit him with some nasty power. Either way, what's up? I am Randy. What is up? Glad you're here. Glad everybody's here. Like I said, leave your comments on the chat. As I break down these fights, as more people trickle in, you're going to hear me say this, and I apologize for being repetitive, but I left it there. Create a long shot together. That's the goal of this video. By the time I'm done, I want a long shot, and I want you to leave at least plus 250 leg parlay. A plus 250 leg, and then we're going to create a parlay. That's the goal. Borche by knockout plus 225, not trusting McKinney's chin. That right there is what I'm talking about. Borche by KO. I love that. I think that's a hell of a play because we know McKinney's chin. And you know what I actually really love about it? A lot of my long shots usually are kind of hedging my bets because I have like 2 bets on McKinney, not necessarily money line, but I do have money on McKinney. I have fight won't go the distance as well. Not fight won't go the distance, but I have the under. And at the end of the day, Borche could walk in here and catch McKinney. It's that simple. It's happened before. I wouldn't be surprised if it happens now. Hey, yo, Joaquin. Yo, let's go. Charles will win. What's up, MMA? Will win. All right, what's up? We're getting a little more of a crowd here. This feels a lot better. I like this a lot. and 12 people, so that's good. Guys, the goal of this one today, I want to create a long shot parlay as we go. So I'm still breaking down final insight, still talking bets, but I would love it if you guys give me a good leg. So number one, Borche by knockout plus 225. I'm going to leave it on my comment because I really like that one. At the end of this video, this is gonna be written in my chat, and then I am gonna actually post all the ones I like, and then we're gonna finally choose which ones. But like always, I appreciate you guys being here. And yeah, Olivera by decision plus 1400, insane one. Honestly, that would just freaking shoot us into crazy money range. I'm not a huge fan of that one. If I take Olivera, I kind of like him by finish. Something to think about, but Olivera by decision is highly unlikely, highly unlikely. And I don't know if you guys were following, but I did hit a crazy $25 to $2,400 parlay earlier this year, and one of my legs was plus 1,300. It was insane. So yeah, I do like the plus 1,400, but I don't know. All right, moving on. So yeah, Janata Denise, we go into this fight, guys. Like I said, under 1.5 rounds, minus 120. One of the things I was thinking about this fight, and I don't know how you guys feel, but what if we hit it over? What if Alvin Hines takes down Janata and he can't finish him? And we just have, after the second round, we just kind of have a sloppy heavyweight fight. We saw it with Waldo Cortez and Spivak. We saw it with Blades and Kuziev last week. Like, these heavyweights, man, you expect them to go in and finish the show, but a lot of them are sloppy as shit, and it just doesn't end up going. Plus 185, the over 2.5 rounds here, kind of sneaky, but we'll see. Denise by knockout minus 145. See, that's a juiced line. I don't think it should be minus money. Anyone by knockout shouldn't be minus. What's up, Beetlejuice? All right, Alvin Hines by knockout plus 850. In this, not the craziest world that Alvin Hines takes down Janata Denise and finishes him. I don't think that's the craziest thing. Is Charles gonna try to head kick KO Ilia? Yeah, I think it's a good idea. I think Charles needs to be a rangy striker. I think he really does need to make his reads in the first round. He can't fight with his back up against the cage. We've seen that from Volk. We've seen that from Holloway. So his footwork needs to be there. Some power at the end of his punches. He needs to bring in the Muay Thai, and hopefully the strength really translates to the chin. I think he needs to really mix it up. Use teeps. I think he needs to go for the head. I think he needs to be feinting. Yeah. So Denise first round knockout. That's what everybody thinks. I do have money on that, guys. But let's leave it at that. So with this fight, the things I do like for the long shot, guys, because those who are just getting on here, we're doing a long shot parlay with each other. I'm writing the ones I like down, and at the end, we're gonna do 3 legs for some crazy money. Chat is crazy. LOL. Only way Charles wins is if Ilia gets in his guard. Nah, I mean, I could see a world where Charles catches Ilia. Is it likely? Definitely not. But I could see a world. Ilia drops his right hand when he goes for that. KO punch, and he's gotten rocked by it. Yeah, I mean, it happens. So right now, the only leg I like, the only leg anyone suggested, that makes any sense in my opinion, is Borche by knockout plus 225. And honestly, if we take Borche by knockout, I think if you take them in the first round or rounds 1 and 2, you get better odds. And I don't think this fight makes it to round 3, so we just get some better odds. But we'll see how that goes. Let's move along with the fights. Janata Denise, I think the money lines with Hines. Hines by decision. Someone said Hines by decision. Let's see what that looks like. Even though he finishes people, Hines finishes people, so that might be Hines by finish might be a move. Hines by finish, yes, plus 425. Hines by decision. Alvin Hines to win by decision is plus 1,000. Plus 1,000. Oh, we got to think about that, guys. Yeah, he's more of a finisher than anything. All right, Nico Price, Jacoby Smith. Guys, the reality is I don't want to do anything on the Nico side here. Jacoby Smith should go in here and absolutely kill Nico Price. Absolutely kill him. I don't like this matchup at all for Nico. I think this is a retirement fight. I think this is a sad fight. I think nobody's going to enjoy this. And yeah, the only thing that has value here is potentially an over, but you know what? The 1.5 round line is at a pick 'em all of a sudden. So some people think that Nico Price could make it to round number 2. I don't think so. Fight to go the distance plus 240. Oh my god, I'm looking at Denise and Hines. I apologize. Jacoby Smith and Nico Price. Here we go. Sorry. Over 1.5 rounds is plus 180. So if you think Nico Price could make it over a round and a half, that's something to think about. If you think he makes it the distance, plus 350, but he's been so chinny, man, makes no sense. I think all the money's on Jacoby Smith. If maybe gets knocked down and then Nico Price throws up a sub, Nico Price by sub is plus 5,000. That's insane, but yeah, extremely unlikely. So yeah, I'm moving on from this fight, guys. The breakdown simple. Jacoby Smith comes in, he rocks Nico Price, or he goes for the takedowns and there's ground and pound and he finishes him. Honestly, this is as straight as it gets. Jacoby Smith, round 1 knockout. Guys, take that to the bank. Thank me later. And if it doesn't hit, forget I exist, unsubscribe. But that's as much as a sure thing as I feel you get. Nico Price is so bad, bro. He's just old. Sorry. All right, next up. Terrence McKinney, Borche by knockout is what we got from this fight. Yeah, guys, Terrence McKinney is a very kill or be killed fighter. We've said this time and time again in all my breakdowns this week, and I do have money on him because I think it's his time to shine. I think Borche is on a little bit of a decline, and I don't know. I just like Terrence McKinney and his come up 20-something fights, a lot of skill. Been to 1 round 3, never been to a decision. Yeah, Terrence McKinney's the pick. But I really like a Borche by knockout play. And the Borche by knockout, someone put it earlier, plus 225. That's probably going to be on a long shot, man. And it's a good way to hedge my bets. Long shot, Jacoby Smith to win in the first 3 minutes of the fight, plus 190. I kind of want more value for that. Like, if I'm telling you a fighter's going to finish someone in the first 3 minutes, man, that has to be like plus 300, man. I understand the situation, but I don't know. I don't like it. I could see a world where Nico Price makes it out of 3 minutes. So in this particular fight, you know what the craziest line? You know what would be crazy here? Fight to go the distance at 500. What if we come up with a bet that the Terrence McKinney fight makes it to decision for the first time in 23 fights? That would be insane. Plus 500. My problem is McKinney, the gas. If McKinney had more gas, I would say, damn, Borche's kind of tough. Maybe he gets through. Maybe McKinney doesn't grapple. Maybe it's just a striking fight that after the first round and a half, it just, kind of they're weaker. They're not as technical. They're kind of hugging. But I don't think it happens. But plus 500 for fight to go the distance almost feels insane. But we've all seen these two fight, and we know that's not the case here. So, yeah, Borche to win by finish, plus 210, by knockout, plus 225. Yeah, guys, I think that's the only thing that makes sense here. All right, I got to be honest with you. I'm not going to break down this fight again because I just don't like wasting our time. I'm not excited about this fight at all. I don't think it'll be exciting. I'm over WMMA. The bullshit that happened last week is enough for me to not place a freaking bet on them for the next month, okay? And then Wong Kong Yadong, 2 weeks ago, also screwed me, where I had her within the distance. She knocked out her opponent twice and couldn't get the finish. So we're not doing it. We're not doing it. The only line I like here and that I would consider is Araujo by decision. Okay. Tracy Cortez needs to find takedowns in this fight, and Araujo needs to start trying to submit her for this fight to not go her way. But if Araujo gets up, finds a way to get her back to the cage and finds a way up, it's going to be a real long night for Tracy Cortez. A very long night. Vivian Araujo's fast. She's strong. My only concern is her cardio. She slows down after the second round. And you know what? If she wins round 1, I'm confident that Tracy, with her volume and God forbid a takedown in both rounds, wins a 29-28. But there is value. When we look, Araujo plus 210. But if you take Araujo by decision, plus 350. And I think that's something to think about. I think that's not the craziest thing in the world. Let me know what you guys think. I wouldn't do that right now. And if I could kind of see this fight going to a finish plus 375 for a finish here. Like, what if Araujo catches Tracy? Or worse, what if Tracy gets her down, controls her, mounts her, and just some like ground and pound where she's not defending? Let me see how many finishes they have. Since we're here, I don't want to get you guys all bored and stuff, but let's see. Let's see what we're looking at here. Is there any reason to watch the first video you did on UFC if I haven't yet? Which one? The first live? No, I would just watch the second one. It's clear, concise, and straight to the point. The other one, if you want to hear me yap and talk to everyone in the chat and stuff and kind of break down in a slower way, sure. But yeah, no. I if I were you, just straight to the underdog, straight to the lock, and then the 18-minute video I posted. I appreciate that. I was being nice, but I appreciate you. Yes, get me some views, put a like in there, turn noties on, subscribe, do the whole thing. Yeah, this fight should go decision. This fight should definitely go decision. I'm not gonna waste time looking things up. So I'm gonna lose viewers by the second. Hyder, Emil, Jose, Miguel Delgado. If I'm gonna hedge, I'm gonna full on hedge. I do have Hyder Emil here to win this fight. Okay. I do, but Arturo, to be honest with you, if you have the time, watch the second one too, because those 18 minutes, I feel like I really get I really get to the point, and it's closer to fight day. And I would say any video anybody makes, I would do it closer to fight day. You could get, I feel like we get more prepared as a handicapper, as someone who's making content. We're watching more, watching film, studying more. We're just I'm an overthinker too. So if you see some bets flip, that's something, or some of my picks flip, that's something. But it's just a tough card. But I would watch both if you could, obviously. But yeah, shoot the like. All right. Hyder Emil, Jose Miguel Delgado. Guys, Hyder Emil's a tough son of a gun. Hyder Emil's very freaking good. And Hyder Emil is going to come in here and apply pressure. Okay. And both of these guys like applying pressure. The biggest difference between them is the fact that Jose Delgado is known for finishing people. And that concerns me a little bit. So since I usually hedge my bets, I think Jose Delgado by finish. Let me see what that looks like. I see a few people writing. Cortez hadn't had a finish since 18, Araujo since 19. I'll watch the first one because I'm an overthinker. Man, I don't think there will be many finishes on this card. You don't think there's many finishes on this card? I think Denise is a finish. Terrence McKinney's a finish. I think this fight's a finish. I think the main event's a finish. I think Renato Belil's Dariush is a finish. I think there's potential in the Van Royval fight for the finish. I already said that one. Emil Delgado, Rodriguez, Hermanson. Rodriguez could finish that fight. Talbet, Lima, there could be a finish there. I disagree. I think we get I think it's maybe like 6-6. I think it's 6-6, man. Tracy Cortez point spread minus 3.5 at plus 135. That's actually solid. That's solid. Even though I did like how Viviani looked last time, but that's not bad for plus money. That's not bad. But I think the real money lies with the spread for Viviani. I think she wins around, man. What do you think about Ilia to get a takedown is plus 200 with Charles always accepting the back? You know why I like that bet? And we're going to talk about it more when we get there. I think that Ilia Topuria is not arrogant. He's confident, but I think he likes to prove points. And I wouldn't be surprised if we see Ilia kind of hunt for a sub here. And I don't know if it comes with a club and sub. I don't know if it comes for a takedown, but Ilia Topuria, one takedown. It wouldn't surprise me, but also it wouldn't surprise me if he doesn't even touch it, because honestly, Charles is a threat on the ground. So if he wants to play it the safest, I wouldn't take him that. Who's going to take down Charles in an opportunity like this? I think this is a huge underdog card. Aren't they all? Aren't they all? All right. So in this fight, guys, Hyder Emil, Jose Delgado, winner. Jose Delgado's minus 165. You guys know I have Hyder Emil winning. Total rounds over 2.5 is plus money at 120. Winning method. I think this is where we can make our money, but so many things could happen. I want to say where I see the most value is Jose Delgado by sub. Jose Delgado is going to try to finish this fight wherever it goes. He's going to try to pressure Hyder Emil. He's going to try to do everything he can. But if If Hyder Emil tries to take this to the ground, which I think he will, knowing that Jose Delgado's only loss comes to someone who was grappling against him, I could totally see Jose Delgado snatching up the neck, completely snatching up the neck. Is it a secure thing? No, but Jose Delgado by sub. I'm going to write it here on my comments. Delgado by sub. That's another one. Didn't you have a meal on your underdog pick though? Yeah. Okay. So for those of you who got here a little later, I am breaking down and I'm not giving my official picks. What we're doing is making a long shot. We're making a long shot parlay together and I'm putting lines, plus money lines. If you could read the screen, it says creating a long shot together. So my pick is Hyder Emil. I stay with Hyder Emil. What I'm looking for is potential underdogs or guys I'm not picking and how they're going to win. Okay. So that's kind of what we're looking for here. But I still have Hyder Emil. And I think he's going to outpressure Jose Delgado. I think he is going to wrestle. I think he should get the nod. I think he's a guy who fights for your money. He is someone I am comfortable, putting money on as an underdog, and I'll take it to the bank. But Jose Delgado can find a finish here. I doubt it. I doubt it because I really want Hyder Emil, and I'm a little biased. But he's always looking for the man, so it might be there. You never know. Jack Hermanson, Gregory Rodriguez. Guys, I got to be honest with you. Just looking at this, the only thing I think off the bat is maybe Jack Hermanson by decision, right? You guys have to agree with that. Or am I crazy? I could see Jack Hermanson out technical striking Gregory Rodriguez. I could see that. I could see a sloppy split decision, Jack Hermanson dub, winning method. Jack Hermanson by decision plus 300. So right now, the plus money plays I like. Borche by knockout, plus 225. Hines by decision, plus 1,000. Jose Delgado by sub. Oh, man, I didn't put this one. Jose Delgado by sub was plus 425. Jack Hermanson by decision, plus 300. All right, so that's something there. I'm obviously not going to put all those legs together. Yeah, so we'll do it at the end. Oh, shit, 29-28 Robberish Incorporated. You got any PFL picks? Fuck the PFL on International Fight Week. Straight up, F the PFL. Thanks, actually, it's bad. I like that Jack by decision. Yeah, man, I like Jack by decision. Plus 300 is a little insane because if he does win this fight, I think it's strictly by decision. I don't think he finishes Gregory Rodriguez. So I think that line should be closer to his money line, and his money line's plus 180. So if I'm going to take Jack Hermanson, I'm taking him by decision. I don't think anybody should put money on Jack Hermanson money line. If you take Jack Hermanson, you take him by decision. I think that's fair. Main fight over 1.5 rounds. Hell yes, guys. That's actually my bet of the week. So this week, I started off a new series, bet of the week. I also started off underdog play of the week. And then I did a breakdown, and this is my second live. So in the last 4 days, I've done 5 different videos. 5 different videos. And yes, every week will not be like this, but what I am promising you guys is a fight breakdown, an underdog play, and then a bet of the week. Those things I'm giving to you guys every week from this point forward. Yeah, sometimes I will do American football, especially playoffs and stuff. I'll even do MLB, NHL is what I was doing. Yeah, after PFL, but still an opportunity to make money. Yeah, but I rather take whatever I wanted to bet on the UFC on PFL and just, you know what, more money pouring into this card because I'm going to be super invested tomorrow in this card. So tonight, PFL is PFL, but maybe even BKFC, but I'd rather just save my units and not be a degenerate, full-on degenerate. And, as I am with the subscription service, I feel like I was a lot, not when I started, a little bit when I started, but when I would gamble before having a subscription service and talking about bets and picks and predictions, obviously I didn't care a little less, but I feel like I would sprinkle money in certain places with a little less hesitation, degenerate shit. But now that I have you guys paying for subscriptions, I'm not gonna do a disservice to my followers and my subscribers. I'm not gonna, even though it's $4.99 a month, but I'm not gonna put out bets just for shits and gigs. Everything I put out, there's good rhyme or reason. I promise you that. There's studying done, there's evaluations done, there's videos I watch, breakdowns, this, that, the other. So yeah, I'm not just gonna throw something at PFL because it's on. So when you guys see me put money on something, it's because I truly believe it's gonna hit. Obviously. You're killing it, bro. As long as we get that breakdown, I'm good. All others are just extra bones. Appreciate you, Randy. Nothing like staying up till 7 a.m. drinking beer and gambling on Olivera. Hell yes. Where's everybody from, by the way? Because I used to do this on my lives. Just ask where everybody's from. This UFC card is badass, not gonna lie. Definitely badass. 7 a.m. where you live at Magalua, EU from Malta, but moved to the Netherlands. Very dope. Very dope. Very cool. I love when I have random followers and subscribers from like the craziest places. The crazy. So what time is it right now for you? Studying there, California. Dope, dope, dope. Super dope. Super dope. See what else we get. But I'm going to move on either way, guys. So I think the money lies with Jack Hermanson by decision for plus money. Bulgaria, very cool. And 11:40 at night. Jeez. Guys, for those of you who don't know, these aren't just bets I'm putting down. Chicago. I love that place. Love that city. I'm from Miami, so this is all long shot legs. We're building a long shot together, a long shot parlay. So that's what we're doing. So in this one, guys, Gregory by knockout plus 210. Man, that's not bad, man. That's super possible. And to get plus 210 on it, I don't hate that. I don't hate that. Gregory by sub is plus 900. Fight to go the distance is a pick 'em. So yeah, we're gonna move forward, guys. Get to the good stuff. All right. So when we talk Talbot Lima, Lima was like a minus 140 earlier in the week. I saw him up to minus 220 and he's down to minus 170. Minus 170. Okay. So all of a sudden, on this fight, the under 2.5 is plus money, but we go to winning methods because that's what I like to do with my long shots. Colorado, love it. Oh, yeah, I remember that actually, Randy. Peyton Talbot by decision plus 350. Talbot by knockout plus 425. Talbot by sub plus 2,000. Lima by decision plus 145. Lima by knockout plus 750. Lima by sub plus 575. Guys, Peyton Talbot got into really bad positions against Barcelos, and he never, ever, ever got caught. He never got subbed. Barcelos isn't the craziest submission artist, but he could do work down there. The more this week goes on, Talbot becomes like this guy. I'm just like, don't do it. Like I have an itch about Talbot. Like, don't sleep on him. Don't sleep on him. And I think he's gonna be my official pick. But Talbot by knockout plus 425. I have to do it. There's value in that. $425. I think that's fair. Talbot by knockout, and then Lima by sub plus money 145. Lima by knockout. I already said those. So yeah, Talbot by knockout, I think is where the money is here, guys. I think there's a lot of recency bias in this fight, in that fight. Brandon Royval, Joshua Van. If you haven't seen my breakdowns, guys, we have the young up-and-comer, 23 years old, taking this fight off a month notice. Brandon Royval had a full camp against Moano Cape, and now Joshua Van with a quick turnaround in a one-sided war against Bruno Silva, where he found the third-round finish, is now going to move up to fight Brandon Royval, an actual contender in the flyweight division. It's safe to say that the jumping competition is huge. Huge. But what we have seen from Joshua Van is dominance. We've seen pressure. We've seen elite boxing, elite footwork, speed, and now some sort of finishing ability just because he breaks down his opponents. Brandon Royval, on the other hand, Brandon Royval gets hit often. Brandon Royval is a crafty veteran. Brandon Royval is the UFC vet here, the one who has the experience, the one who's dealt with competition. So now when you have the young man at 23 years old stepping up so far in this competition over someone like Brandon Royval, who's crafty, who is everything I mentioned prior, you have a little bit of a problem. And the fact that the line for Brandon Royval is plus 105 and Joshua Van is minus 130, is like, I don't know, man. I really don't know. I don't know. My official pick is probably, I'm flip-floppy with this one and the Lima Talbot fight. I really want Joshua Van to win this fight, but I'm trying not to be biased because everything indicates Royval should win this fight. Okay. He's an underdog. He's crafty. He's a veteran, and he's dealt with everybody. So when we break this down, and he really has the finishing upside here, in my opinion. I took this fight to go to decision for plus money, I believe. Brandon Royval by decision plus 220. Royval by knockout plus 750. Royval by sub plus 1,000. Van by decision plus 175. Van by knockout plus 425. Van by submission plus 2,000. Fight to go the distance, no is plus 145. Yes is minus 190. So, yeah, I don't think there's a good long shot here. If you like one of them to knock each other out, if you're like, oh man, Joshua Van's been knocked out before, Brandon Royval's a better striker, Royval by knockout plus 750. I'll write it down. I'm not crazy about it. It's not like a confident thing. Joshua Van is also getting so much better. So much better. So much better. I think I'm rolling with the Raw Dog too. I think I am rolling with him too. But when we're looking, remember, guys, I see people coming in and out. So we're looking for plays, plus money plays for every fight to put in a long shot. And that's why you see that comment there. Beneil Dariush, Renato Moicano. Guys, this became a pick'em. I got him at plus 100. It's a pick'em now. Minus 110, ladies and gentlemen, and cheers. I think Van is a great entertaining fighter. I really love watching his last fights. Have all been wars and super entertaining, but 21 days notice and as big of a competition isn't good. I think Van just didn't want to lose his opportunity. Yeah, Cape, pulled out. It's like, fuck it, we got to do it. But you know what? Sometimes that's what guys need, man. They get that jump in competition, and if he shows up, that's it. Now he's the contender. He's next in line, basically, or him and Cape at least. So Beneil Dariush, Renato Moicano plus minus 110. The round line under 1.5 rounds is plus 160. I don't think these guys are finishing each other. Everybody thinks they're going to finish each other, but the reason there's so many finishes with these guys is because of fight styles. This fight's not going to the ground, shouldn't go to the ground. If it does, Beneil Dariush is dangerous as shit. Renato Moicano's not knocking out Beneil Dariush and doing the mounted thing he did to Jalen Turner and BSD. If he catches Dariush's chin, it is what it is. We've seen it before. But I don't know, man. That was to Armin Saryukin and Charles. Beneil is the better fighter. He's the faster fighter. He's the better grappler. He packs a little more power in his punches. In my opinion, all Renato Moicano has here is an inch of height advantage. So, Dariush decision plus 260. I think that's solid. Dariush by knockout plus 375. Dariush by sub plus 1,200. Islam Makhachev just submitted Islam. I mean, look at me. Islam Makhachev just submitted Moicano. I don't think Beneil Dariush finding a sub here is the craziest thing in the world. Beneil Dariush is very good. And there is a world where he finds a sub. You know what? I'm throwing it on here. I don't know when the last sub was, but Dariush has sneaky power. So Dariush with a club and sub would not be the craziest thing in the world. It would not be the craziest thing in the world. Plus 1,200. Awesome. So other than that, Moicano by knockout, I get where the appeal is because of this guy's chin, but plus 425 to a guy he's not going to mount and do whatever he wants with, I don't like it. And Moicano by submission plus 500, Moicano by decision plus 375. So the line indicates that if it goes to decision, Dariush wins. All right, guys. Here we go. Pantoja Kai Kara France. Kai Kara France. All right. This is something right here. All right. Pantoja by decision plus 195. Pantoja by knockout plus 650. Pantoja by sub plus 230. You know I'm writing that down, right? Pantoja by sub plus 230. And guys, again, if you're newer here, I'm trying to find plus money lines that we could throw for a long shot parlay. I'm going to put it into my app, and we're going to try to create something like a plus 10,000 odd parlay. Okay, in this one, guys, Pantoja by knockout plus 650, sub 230, Kai Kara France by decision plus 425, Kai Kara France by knockout plus 600. I think that's fair. Plus 600 is kind of insane. He could definitely find the finish here. Kai Kara France by knockout plus 600 is crazy. Kai Kara France by sub plus 3,000. Fight to go the distance is a pick'em. We're not taking it. Pantoja by sub rounds 3 through 5. Where the hell did you find that? Because that's beautiful. Pantoja by sub. They're not going to have that shit here. We could also, let's see, significant strikes landed over 168. Kai landing over 75. Pantoja takedowns over or under 3.5. Over 3.5 is plus 125. It's hard to take Kai down. I like that line. All right. I think I like that. I'm going to search for that one later. I might just do that on its own. Pantoja. Yeah, I don't have that line wherever I'm at, bro. That's a good one. Who put that? Ramon Sanchez. I would take plus 600. I would take plus 600 for that. Beauty. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, the final fight. And then we're going to build the parlay with all the legs I've written down. All right. So, winning method. Ilia Topuria by decision plus 800. Ilia Topuria by knockout minus 175. Ilia Topuria by sub plus 600. Charles Olivera by decision plus 1,500. Olivera by knockout plus 1,100. Olivera by sub plus 700. What calls your name here? There is a world where Ilia Topuria goes in there and attempts to sub Charles Olivera. There is a world. There is a world. There's a world. Let me know. Personally, Topuria by sub plus 600. Club and sub. Proving a point. Oh my God. Ilia by sub plus 600. All right. And then Charles by sub plus 700, but I think I'd rather take Topuria by sub at this point. I just have no confidence in Charles tomorrow, and I hope I'm wrong. Fight to go the distance plus 500, that'd be insane. Yeah, guys, Ilia Topuria walks down Charles Olivera. Charles Olivera has to be the lengthier fighter. I think his back does get into the cage. My hope, because my bet of the week is Ilia Topuria over 1.5 rounds. What I really do hope is that this fight, that Ilia Topuria is just calculating and recording what Charles Olivera is up to in round number 1. And then in round number 2, he just lets it go. And Charles Olivera will have his back up against the cage. And I just think that when that hook comes in, when he's changing it up from the body to the head, he finds the chin of Charles Olivera. I think it's that simple. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I have 12 legs, guys. There's 11 of you in here. I want everybody to look at these legs. I have to show one at a time. I can see Ilia having a hard time with the bigger Charles, and Ilia tries to survive, and we see the plus 1,400 decision for Charles. I don't see that at all. I don't see anybody beating Ilia by decision. I don't see anybody doing it. So I don't like it. Oh my God, I put the wrong one. All right, guys. So this is what I want you to do. I want each of you to put together a parlay with one of these, 3 of these, sorry. With 3 of these. Hey, if I'm wrong about the Charles decision, man, props to you. What a read. But I really don't see a world where that happens. Borche by knockout, TKO plus 225 is not bad. Hines by decision plus 1,000. Not a huge fan. Delgado by sub plus 425. Jack Hermanson by decision plus 300. Gregory by knockout plus 210. Talbot by KO plus 425. Royval by knockout plus 750. Dariush by sub is plus 1200. Moicano by knockout plus 425. Pantoja by sub plus 230. Kai Kara France by knockout plus 600. And Ilia by sub plus 600. So if you guys, because I'm going to end this soon, and then we'll just do questions and stuff and just yap about 317 for a little bit, and then I'll get off. But Borche plus 700 round 2 knockout. Too specific. Honestly, with the odds, I'd rather just take him by knockout. If he wins, I'll take a plus 210 on him. Or what was it? Plus 225. I don't want to get too specific. That could easily happen in the first round. That's when homeboy walks in and he's a little wild. Guys, I really like Talbot by knockout. I know that sounds crazy, but if he's able to stop that takedown, man. But also, Lima's so technical. He won't give him the windows. Out of those that you see on the screen, because I'm going to start building them. All right, let's do one that I like. All right, let's try this. Talbot by knockout. Pantoja by sub. Plus over 2.5 rounds for a total of 42.75. Okay, let me see. All right, so Talbot by knockout. Talbot by knockout. Peyton Talbot by knockout plus 425. And then we're going to go to Pantoja and we're going to run him. We're going to go winning method by sub. Okay, but I have to find that parlayed. So let me see, because they're not giving it to me like that. Winning round group. Pantoja 3-4. Oof. Alternate winning group 3-4. Rounds 3 and 4 finish in that fight is plus 400, but it's not giving me sub at that moment. I like that. Robocop by KO, Pantoja by sub, Ilia by sub. Oof. Let me see what Pantoja and Ilia by sub together is. Pantoja by sub plus 230. And then Ilia by sub plus 600. So $25 for both of them to win by sub is 577. Yeah, we gotta add Mr. Gregory. Mr. Gregory. Gregory by knockout plus 210. So Pantoja by submission, Topuria by submission, Gregory by knockout. $25 pays out $17.90. It's a plus 7,061 bet. I don't hate that bet. But with Topuria in there with a sub, I'd rather do like 2 crazy legs rather than 3. I don't know. Obviously, it could happen, but I don't know. It's kind of wild. And Topuria, you got to think, man. He's a smaller guy. Charles is that lengthier guy. Yes, Islam was able to sub Charles, but I don't think Ilia is going to be able to have the limb length for that. As crazy as that sounds. He would have to take his back or something, and I don't know. Or a club at sub and like snatch something super fast. Also very possible. I might do Ilia by sub as like a prop long shot. I think I might do that. Yeah, I'm leaving Ilia by sub alone. I think 42.75 is crazy good value for what I wrote. No, I agree. I just can't find it. It doesn't. The Pantoja sub over 2.5 doesn't come out. And then if you put Pantoja by sub and add over 2.5 rounds, it doesn't make it the same bet. So I understand what you're saying, and I like that bet a lot, but no happening. Let's see what else. All right. What else do we have there? What about Delgado? Nobody likes Delgado. Let's see if Delgado by finish, that's plus 140. What if we do a finish long shot parlay? So Jose Delgado by finish plus 140. Terrence McKinney by finish, that's minus 140. Fuck that. I'm not doing that. Let's see Denise by finish. Also minus money. What the hell? Jacoby Smith by finish is gonna be hilarious. -5. That's crazy. Delgado by finish. Maybe Gregory by finish. Gregory to win by finish +150. Yeah, this is not good enough. What if we hit Dariush by finish? Maybe that's something. Dariush by finish is +275. Pantoja by finish. +145. And then Topuria by finish is going to be something dumb. Topuria by finish is -275. So $25. All right. Jose Delgado by finish +140. Gregory Rodriguez +150. And then Pantoja +145. $25 makes you 367. It's not the craziest one. I kind of like Jose Delgado and Gregory to win by finish. And it's +500. So $25 makes you 150. Both of those guys, I feel, have an okay opportunity to win that fight. You know what? I think I'm going to take that, guys. Jose Delgado by finish +140. Gregory by finish +150. It kind of hedges one of my bets and makes me feel better. I'm only going to put half a unit. Guys, I'm doing it. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I did it. Dariush finish is very possible. Turner should have KO'd him. Yeah, man. Dariush has sneaky power, man, and he's fast. He's fast, real fast. All right, I did that one. I feel good about that one. I would like to finish a long shot with you guys, but you know what? You guys are sleeping. You guys are sleeping. If you guys put one, Royval by decision +215 is the most logical bet. Oh, I did get a few more. My bad. Robocop knockout, Pantoja sub, Ilia sub. Yeah, I did like that one. Why not take Gregory by knockout instead of finish? I don't know about sub. There's grappling upside. I don't know. Hermanson goes for a takedown. I get what you're saying. That's more likely to happen, but you never know, man. You never know. Someone as dangerous as him, I like to keep the odds open. I understand definitely what you're saying, and I agree with you to a certain extent, but I'd rather just play that like that. Makes me feel a little better. All right. All right. So let's try that cycle. Let's see. Who best has an opportunity to win by sub? And you know what? I'm putting the Ilia Topuria by sub right now. YOLO. For +175. All right. So I like Denise by knockout, McKini by knockout. I like Gregory by knockout. I like Ilia by knockout. Kai Kara France by knockout is dirty. You know what? Kai Kara France by knockout +600. What do you guys say? Fuck it. I have this weird feeling about Kai Kara France. He's gonna be my knockout play. Royval decision. And Peyton Talbot KO. I think this is it, guys. All right. This is a parlay right here. This is a parlay. Think about this. $25 for $29.40. Kai Kara France by knockout +600. Brandon Royval by decision +220. Peyton Talbot by knockout +425. What do you guys think? Thoughts for those of you who are still here, and comment. If you're just listening to me yap, crazy work. Comment what you think of that one. Write it down, please. Write it down. Write it down. Yeah. Yeah. +11,660. I would cry if if Brandon Royval wins by decision, Talbot by knockout, and then it's Kai Kara France against Pantoja. I'd be freaking out. I'd be freaking out, dude. Look, I'm gonna put it so you guys get a visual. And so the new people coming on get a visual. I think that's fire. I work, so I can't really cook right now. Oh, sorry. Talk. No, you're good, man. I appreciate you being here. Talbot. KO. Royval by decision. And last but not least, Kai Car France by KO. All right, guys. That's our bet right there. 11,660 bet. Talbot by KO. Royval by decision. Kai Car France by KO. I don't know why. I fucking love that. I might have just convinced myself. Yeah, I mean, that's called a hedge, guys. So I'm probably picking Lima. There's a world where tomorrow I decide I go Van, and I definitely have a bet on Pantoja. But that hedge right there, yeah, I'm not on Kai Car France either. But can you agree that there's a world where he catches Pantoja? Can we all agree there's a world? Like Kai Car France is good. Kai Car France is sharp. Kai Car France is training to become champion. There's a different level of hunger to him. So yes, I understand. And his takedown defense is nasty. So let's see. So $25 to 29.40. That would surpass that last one. Guys, that last one, it was 25 to 2400, which was insane. Fucking insane. Really not on Kai Car France. All right, guys, we're 56 minutes in, which I would love to be here forever talking shit. You know what? I'll look for a prelim one now. Let's do a prelim one. All right. These are long shots. If you usually bet 10 EU on safe bets, bet like 1 on this, even if it goes against other bets. It's like a recovery bet. Yeah, guys. The point of this, you're not putting a unit on a long shot bet. You're an animal if you're doing that. This is money you're willing to, like, when you gamble, I always say gamble money you're willing to lose, right? But whatever your unit is, even not half a unit, even a tenth of a unit is what you put on a long shot. A long shot is that shit that you really don't expect to hit. When I hit that $25 to 2,400 long shot, I literally realized, and it was the best feeling ever, that I was live after the second bet hit. Like it hit, and I was like, oh my God, he got the sub for plus 1,300. Did I hit the first one? And then I realized all I had left was a Vallejos knockout at minus 140, and I was like, oh my God. And I was like freaking out. So yeah, this is not something I'm like praying for while the fights are going on. A long shot, you kind of just throw it. It has to make some sort of sense, and you'd be surprised, man. You'd be surprised what people hit. So you gotta just small percentages, 10%, 5%, but definitely money you're willing to lose. Money you were gonna spend the next day on bullshit. And yeah, I do half a unit. I'm just consistent with that. It doesn't help my unit. Think about it. I spend 1 to 1.5 units a week on long shots. So that definitely affects me in the long run. So for my plus minus for all my viewers, but in reality, you pick what you like. If you don't like my long shot this week, you don't take it. So yeah. Any questions on the chat? Write them down. I'm gonna be in here for a couple more minutes, guys. I'm probably gonna create a prelim long shot, but it's hard. It's hard. You know what? What if I take Hines plus 260? Let me see if I could get. Let me see if there's a Jacoby Smith round 1 knockout. They don't even have that shit here. They don't want to give us free money. Oh, yep, they do actually. Jacoby Smith by knockout round 1 plus 105. Fuck it. We're doing it. And then my last leg. What's a McKini sub look like? McKini sub plus 325. Are you freaking kidding me right now? Guys, Hines money line plus 260. Jacoby Smith by knockout round 1 plus 105. And Terrence McKinney by sub plus 325. $25 to 784. I think that's fucking live. That's a super live bet. That's a super live bet. Hines is the one I'd be sweating. Jacoby Smith is almost a guaranteed knockout in round number 1. Terrence McKinney by submission, club and sub, or if he decides to take this guy down, Borche has no grappling. Guys, that's a bet. I can't believe I didn't see through that. I could even go Hyder Emil plus 130 or even the Delgado finish. But I already have Delgado. Yeah, I already have a play on that. Yo, guys, I'm doing it. Yeah, I don't feel confident in him either, but this is a long shot parlay, brother. All right, $25 to 784 plus 3,000. I'm doing it. I don't even care. If Hines wins that first fight, I am gonna lose my mind. I am going to lose it. Wow. So I just put up with you guys. Yeah, I think I'm running away from the Topuria by sub. Yeah. Yeah, I'm running away from Topuria by sub, guys. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm not gonna throw half a unit. I'm not gonna throw 2 units on long shots. Yeah. All right, guys. So this is what we did. We created a couple of things. All right. We did 3 parlays. First parlay, it's plus 500. That's always nice. Jose Delgado to win by finish, plus 140. Gregory Rodriguez to win by finish, plus 150. Nice bet, half a unit. I think that's pretty fair. I think both of those guys have a good opportunity. I am on Hyder Emil, but it's kind of on the fence. It's really a 50-50 fight, so I'll take the plus money on Hyder Emil. But Jose Delgado is literally finishing everybody. So Jose, I like that bet. Then we just came up with a prelim parlay, long shot parlay. We're going to take Hines plus 260, Jacoby Smith. Oh, sorry, Hines money line plus 260, Jacoby Smith round 1 knockout plus 105, and then Terrence McKinney by sub plus 325. It's a plus 3,037 bet. $25 makes us 784. Okay. Last bet and main card, long shot. We have Peyton Talbot by knockout plus 425. Brandon Royval by decision plus 220. Kai Kara France by knockout plus 600. And that pays out $25 to 29.40 plus 11,660 odds. Holy shit. I like all of these. And sometimes when I do this, I kind of convince myself more. But I really do have a feeling. I have a feeling about one of these. That was well done. I like those. So obviously I've been breaking down these fights all week. I've been looking at stats, data, listening to other people because I don't just watch myself. I obviously listen. I follow everything on my social media is MMA. And I come up with different things, but I have the stats, I have the fight styles, and these are the things I come up with, right? And you kind of just saw a breakdown of how I think, and you guys obviously helped me with a lot of this, but yeah, that's how I make my bets for the long shots. I feel good about this weekend for real. Thinks it's a great weekend to bet on. I think there's holes, man. I heard some handicappers saying like, "Oh, this week has no holes." I'm like, bullshit. I think there's a lot of spots, but I think there's a lot of obvious picks, and I think that's when a lot of people get fooled. I know the likely parlay this weekend is Pantoja versus Topuria. Man, it could be deceiving, man. It could be a little deceiving. I really like Topuria. Pantoja, on the other hand, I've been saying it. His trajectory is downward. He's getting older. He's not going to be as hungry. Am I saying that Kai Kara France is going to win? No. I'm on Pantoja. But when the whole community is on certain bets, man, you kind of lose this confidence. with them. So, I mean, I think there's a lot of spots. I love this week. I really like our long shots. I'm going to go post them now. I appreciate all of you guys. We've been in for an hour, guys. It's a good amount of time for me to be yapping about UFC. I'm going to start doing this more often. Obviously, this was a good week to start it. So I'm going to post all these bets. If you're new here, all my bets, all my exclusive bets, I gave you my long shots. I gave you my bet of the week, and I gave you my underdog. If you're on my YouTube, you have 5 out of my 12 bets, right? So, but I have some good parlays. I have a lot of room to work this week. I'm super excited. So if you want to subscribe, guys, go check out my Instagram, $4.99 a month. My handle's up there. I appreciate all you guys, and I'm also on Winnable. You can find that. If you like this, please, I can't ask you anymore. Turn on notifications, subscribe, like, comment. Yeah, first time tuning in, good shit. Keep it up. Yeah, this stream was kind of disorganized too. If you guys want a breakdown, I did an 18-minute breakdown. It's so clear, concise, to the point, and I speak on the bets I like. I had them listed next to me. I was reading them out because I did my research prior. This was just me trying to communicate with you guys. I like this setup because it feels a little more natural. I don't feel like I'm talking to the camera, so it is a little better with you guys commenting. But yeah, man, check out those videos. Check out the underdog of the week. Check out the bet of the week. I'll be back next week. Same 3 videos are going to be consistent. My YouTube, hopefully to the moon soon. Appreciate you guys. Have a good one.